Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, Barbados, get up. Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Wonderfully wet Wednesday morning. I absolutely love it. The sound of the raindrops on a tin roof is a sound to behold. It relaxes, it calms, it cools, it everything. And as you are aware, there are a few weather systems in our area approaching, and so as it approaches ahead of it, we will get some rain, and that is all it will be. Nothing to worry about indeed, because forecasters do say that it will go to the north of the island, but we do have some showers, and showers of blessings we do really want indeed. So wonderful Wednesday morning to you. You know, it makes this little country boy real happy when I hear the sound of the rain. So let's enjoy the sound of the rain. For those of you making your way through the rain, however, do take caution, take care as you go, particularly for those of you motorists who are moving through. Do not splash anyone. Take your time, slow down, and make your way wherever you're choosing to do. And for pedestrians who have to be out in the rain, let's be respectful of the fact that they are road users just like all the rest of us, and so they deserve that opportunity to get to where they're going without being splashed. For those of you joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, or website, good morning. How do you do? I'm happy today because it's raining so far, and so I hope you are wherever you are as well. Share the show, share the love, bring others along to engage in what we do Monday to Friday from 6 in the morning with just a couple hours of community, of information, of inspiration, of fun, of entertainment, and everything that as a person you really want. Remember, there are two great commandments, the two greatest commandments of all: to love the Lord your God and to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Do that. Oh, I'm so happy. What is this I'm looking at? What is this I'm looking at? We're really taking a look outside. And in looking outside, we're taking a look right there at the Accra Beach. The Accra Beach is what you're seeing right there now. Yes, it's raining, but oh, look at this. This is paradise. I keep telling you all about this. This is paradise, Barbados. And so for those of you watching from abroad, consider your vacation spot right here, right here. This is just one of the many beautiful beaches in Barbados. So it's looking really calm and cool at the moment. It's raining there too, but you know, it's going to be packed with people once everything stops and the sun shines. And so come to Barbados, come to beautiful Barbados indeed, and experience all that we have to offer, which is so much, and perhaps so much more than you may have heard about. So thank you for watching. For those of you who have an idea about what we can share on the show, or someone who has a story to tell by us on this show as well, tell us about it. Give us all the details. We'll follow through. And that email address is at the bottom of your screen as you watch. It is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. So good morning, everybody. Wonderful Wednesday. The rain hasn't held up yet. Oh, it is so beautiful to behold. We do need the rain. We've had some dry conditions for a little while. It's been hot. And so these rains, I hope, will call a little bit of cooling, but it will replenish our aquifers as well with some waters as well. So for those of you who tend to live in flood-prone areas, just be mindful of rising waters should that happen, and you make arrangements accordingly. As we get started, I also want to remind you of the big story we shared with you yesterday, which is the earthquake in Colombia. 7.4 magnitude earthquake that struck Colombia, parts of Colombia. It has so far recorded more than 200 deaths. It's the biggest earthquake in this century to be experienced in Colombia. So far, about 224 are accounted as dead. There are thousands still missing. And CNN's today reporting one interesting fact, which is that they heard a whisper from a little baby beneath the rubble. And so that's a wonderful story that's being told. A little baby rescued from the rubble. But rescue efforts continue to retrieve and to rescue those who have been buried under the rubble. And so we'll continue sending our prayers up for our brothers and sisters in Colombia. And as you look at your screen, you can see how everyone is standing and supporting the effort indeed. All hands on deck, literally. But look at the devastation. Look at the devastation. Buildings crumbled. People scattered. People in fear and desperation as well. And so that's what we're sharing with you today, because lest there but for the grace of God go I indeed. So humanity coming together in one space to help other humans as well as we pay attention to what's happening there. We'll hopefully get some contact out of Colombia to paint the pictures for us. But it's harrowing to think of, and I really want you to consider what's happening there as well. So Colombia, we remember you today. Also, today, Wednesday, tomorrow, right here in Barbados is Q in the community. Where are we going tomorrow? We are going into the Amber Room at Dratsall, St. George. In the Amber Room is spacious. It is beautiful. It is lovely indeed. For Q in the community tomorrow morning from 11. And the broadcast on Q 100.7 FM on your radio starts at noon. But the Amber Room is where we're going tomorrow to celebrate really the best of human activity in dancing and eating and socializing, dominoes, karaoke, everything that makes Q so special tomorrow in the Amber Room. Buses will leave gate number 1 at the Granville Williams Terminal. My good boy Dario Hope will be your driver. And so I want you to really make your way over to the Amber Room at Dratsall tomorrow for Q in the community. We're also in that period of not just the emancipation period or hurricane season, but we're getting ready to send our children back to school. And so parents, I want you to take time to really look at your budget very carefully. It's important that you get your children back to school. Children, it's important as well that you prepare yourself mentally for school as well. Part of that preparation is to just go through your books. Go through your books ahead of your return to school and get familiar with what you're preparing to go into the classrooms to be taught. So if it is Spanish, take your time to refresh your Spanish. Take your time to refresh your French. Take your time to refresh yourself. For those of you going in the first term into a brand new secondary school, don't forget Camp Soft. That is on. Soft by the National Council on Substance Abuse still has space for a few of you. The camp starts next week. It's just for 1 week. It's an sleep in camp, and all you need to do is to call right now the National Council on Substance Abuse today and reserve that space for your child. Look out for this because this is coming up starting next week Monday. It is the celebration of the Marcus Garvey Day, and that's when we expect the son of the legendary Marcus Garvey plus American actress, author, singer Jennifer Lewis to be on island. And we want to invite you to the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center for a fireside chat. Miss Lewis wants to sit and talk with us in a fireside chat on Monday at 6:30. It's Monday the 17th, 6:30. The Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center is a very special fireside chat with Jennifer Lewis, award-winning actress, author, and activist. And so she wants to meet with you and meet with all of us. It's not just for Pan-Africanists alone. It's for all people of color, black people like ourselves as well, and other people as well, to come and share in this fireside chat. On the following day, on the Tuesday, the young people of Barbados are invited to the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium, a very special opportunity to learn from her craft. She wants to help you to be the best filmmakers, screenwriters, a whole host of things happening there. So she wants to meet with the creatives of Barbados, the young creatives of Barbados at the gymnasium next week, Tuesday. That's in the morning time indeed. Also, Tomorrow, Thursday, the 13th, is a very significant day for the region, particularly for Cuba. It is the date on which we commemorate the 100th birthday of Fidel Castro. As you look, it's a birthday commemoration, and so there's a very special activity to which you're invited by the Embassy of the Republic of Cuba in Barbados to the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre tomorrow evening at 6:30. 6:30, marking 100 years of legacy, dignity, and solidarity. Fidel Castro, paid a few visits to Barbados, and so tomorrow would have been his 100th birthday had he been alive. And so we want to hear more. You get to hear speeches, you have celebrations, and a whole host of other things happening in the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre. It's a relatively small theatre, so therefore you need to get there really, really early to get in and be a part of it. It's a big celebration commemorating his 100th birthday tomorrow. Come learn from Fidel. Pat Ben, good morning to you as always, my friend. How are you doing today, Pat? You're in the United States. I know you guys have had some rains there as well, causing major flooding too. But how's it going for you, Pat? Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching online. Sweet Rons, good morning to you. A wonderful Wednesday morning to you as well, Sweet Rons. If the rains have stopped you from getting up for your exercise, I know you will find another spot to exercise, Sweet Rons. So have yourself a terrific today as well. Look at my friend Slender Glenda. Glenda says good morning to everyone on board. Wonderful Wednesday morning to all. She wishing safe travels to you too, Slender. I know you are a road runner. So Slender Glenda, have yourself a great today as well. Vereen Walker, how are you doing as well? She's locked on. She sends blessings to everyone, everywhere to you too, Vereen Walker. Thank you so much for joining us today. Kieran Olivier, good morning to Kieran. Wonderful Wednesday morning to you as well. Thank you for joining us. As a matter of fact, when you join us today, we want to continue looking at breastfeeding. It's breastfeeding month in the activities of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. We have some midwives who will join us to talk a little bit more about latching, how to latch, how to train yourself and get yourself ready, plus a whole host more when we sit with our registered nurses and midwives in a moment. There's a special wellness, sports and community activity happening this weekend. We want to share with you what that is about, where it will be, when it will be, and why you should be there as well. We'll also be making connection with a Barbadian who lives abroad, who's home on holiday, but who is using her skill and her talents and her sport and love of this particular sport to connect and change communities. And so she wants to bring that to Barbados. We'll meet and catch up with her in just a little while. We'll also today be replaying for you, if you have forgotten, how Raheem performed at the just concluded Pick of the Crop finals. He was a standout. And so that stand-up performance we'll share with you this morning. And we'll also be hearing from one of those young voices who spoke on the platform at the Golden Square Freedom Park for the Day of National Significance. She is young, she's powerful, she is purposed, and very purposeful in what she's doing as well. And so as we get ready for the back to school drive, take a look at your screen, because there's one that's being put on by BIM Got Talent. BIM Got Talent, and they want by the 23rd of August to be able to make that donation. So all like now, they're receiving your donations, and your donations of folders and binders, notebooks, pencils and pens, crayons or colored pencils, erasers and sharpeners, backpacks, and whatever it is you think our children need to have a great start, because there is the need, and the need is great. And so we want you to contact the BIM Got Talent at 840-3711, 840-3711, 840-3711, or you can send them an email at bimgottalent@icloud.com, bimgottalent@icloud.com, and make your donation, because on the 23rd they want to be able to make that special donation to a number of children across the island as well. If you're caring to give in cash, you can do so by first paying the number you see on your screen. That is 236-3534, 236-3534, 236-3534. That's the number to which you can first pay. We also got the big news, because you've been following the CPL, haven't you? And you know how we have resurged ourselves now, rebranded ourselves as the Barbados Trident. We were the Barbados Royals. We're now the Barbados Tridents. Again, we're reclaiming our broken trident, and we are going on a program for success. The first game of the Trident was held in Jamaica yesterday. Guess who won? Guess who won? I could tell, you could tell by the smile on my face, right? The Barbados Tridents defeated Jamaica yesterday, and by a slim margin, just 5 runs, but who cares? It's a win. A win is a win. And so we've started our campaign for this year's CPL. We expect that when they come home to play a number of games here in Barbados, we want them in the final. The final will be hosted right here at Kensington Oval. And so we want the Barbados Tridents. I encourage you to get your shirts. Remember, get your shirts from Kensington Oval, your branded shirts, your branded Barbados Trident, because when you wear that with pride. When they see you wear that, they know that they have your full support indeed. So now we have every reason if we didn't before, to get our shirts for the Barbados Tridents and support Team Barbados Trident in this year CPL finals. So, there's a lot to get to. I've been talking so much. It's 16 after the hour, imagine. We're right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We the best music.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 18 minutes after 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, and Latoya Phillips says her skate boots don't go anywhere without her. And she's right. She's absolutely right. So much so the skate boots have brought her to us here at Mornin Barbados. She's back and she's on holiday. She lives abroad. Good morning to Latoya.
Good morning. How are
Welcome
you?
home.
Thank you.
How has it been landed on the soil and feeling at home?
It's beautiful. It's surreal. It's wonderful to be back home, to be with family, and it feels like a dream.
Mm-hmm. And you're living your dream at the moment. So you're in the waters. You went into the beautiful seas.
Of course,
Why?
that's a must.
It's a must?
It's a must, yeah.
You don't get the chance to do that in Oakland.
The waters isn't as beautiful in Oakland, or in the States, I should say.
Yes.
It's far more beautiful than anything. Our waters are.
How long have you been living in Oakland now?
I've been living in Oakland for 26 years.
That's a good quarter century.
26 years, yeah.
And it hasn't changed you, has it?
It has not changed me, no. If anything, it brought me closer to my roots. Before living in Oakland, I lived in Brooklyn, New York. So I left Barbados when I was 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in the States majority of my life. But I have the honor and the ability to come back home because this is where my roots are, where my family is.
What do you understand about Barbados? Because the little 3-year-old can have no memory of the moments of those 3 years. What do you understand about Barbados?
I understand that our culture runs deep. The people here are some of the most mannerly individuals. The food is amazing. We as a people, we're just wonderful individuals.
So how did you learn that about Barbados?
I think how I was raised, even being back in the States, I always was close to my roots, surrounded by family, and the opportunity to come home, any opportunity I had to come home, it reminded me of that I was never too far removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I can still hear the Bajan in you, even though you've lived there forevermore,
Yeah,
most of your life. And so you're surrounded by the Barbadian sound. And you don't seem to fight it.
No.
You seem to embrace it.
Yeah. I have an ear for it, and I love it.
And you love it.
Yeah. Not surrounded by it back in Oakland. However, it's my mother and myself. We speak to each other in our native tongue whenever I come home. It's natural. I hope it's something that I never lose. For the 26 years that we've been in the States, my mother never lost her accent. And I think that's an honor and a privilege. And I look forward to never losing my accent because it's who I am.
I love it. Indeed. And so the girl who's lived most of her life in the United States with this accent, this mixed accent, I'm sure you have questions every time.
Sometimes.
And so that gives you, does it open the door for you to tell about Barbados?
It does, certainly.
And what would you say?
That it's the most beautiful island that one could ever plan or hope to visit. That it's a home. It's my home, and it's so many wonderful things. So many. When I vision Barbados, I see nothing but colors, smiles. I see amazing energy and attitude. It warms my heart. It does something for me that I would hope other people get to share. And that's where the retreat comes in.
Wow.
So.
We love the fact that you're such a wonderful ambassador for Barbados indeed. But you live in a space culturally that is so different from our space culturally. And so let's talk about the culture where you live and how you've gotten into roller skating and what changes have you seen as a consequence?
So what got me into roller skating was 20 years of coming out of a depression. And I was introduced to skating by a group of roller skaters that just so happened to pass me by while I was sitting and meditating and just kind of being in my own space. And I remembered that I was an individual, a young person that loved to roller skate, and something had changed. Something was missing. And everyone that passed me that day looked so happy and joyous. And I had forgotten what that felt like.
Yes.
And so the skate culture, it's amazing. There's skating all over the U.S., different styles of skating, which as a student, I'm learning, and that's part of it. To be a student and to understand that there's so much to learn and to share with others. And that's part of the skate culture and community, skill sharing. And it's a community that embraced me full on.
Yes.
And I was proud to be accepted. It's all inclusive, all ages, does not matter your skill level, something for everyone. It allows the older generation to tap into the child inside of them still. And it inspires children as young as 2 years old that they can still do this up until when they're 80. You never have to lose their childlike abilities. And there's a seamless kind of joy that I hope to carry. And that's why I carry these with me, because any opportunity I get, I can skate. I can bring back that childlike enthusiasm. It's a conversational piece for many, and it has its challenges. I didn't just pick back up skating and know what to do. I used to skate when I was a child, but there was a 20-year gap in between me picking them up again, so there was a learning curve naturally.
Yes.
But I drilled, and even in my failures or my shortcomings, it's something that I can progressively see that I'm working on and towards. And I'm working at my own pace, as we all are.
Yes.
and it's something that I hope to be able to share with others.
You started by saying it brings you joy. And you could never stop talking about roller skating. I noticed. You could talk about this the whole morning if you had to.
I can.
It brings you joy, but it gives you purpose. So both of those things you think are benefits generally that anyone who engages in the sport can get from it.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
But you're part of a grouping in Oakland where you are.
Yes.
And it is designed to...
It is designed to provide a all-inclusive, safe space for roller skaters of all ages, of all backgrounds, and we put on a weekly event for the youth by the community, and we're putting together a program that the Oakland Parks and Recreations have noticed and recognized us in all the great deeds that we have done, and bring a program to the youth so that we have a space that we can call home.
Yeah, but there's a purpose behind it. You want to change communities for the good.
Of
and you're
course.
using roller skating as one of those ways to soften the way we interact one with the other,
Yes.
and to move away from the negatives to something positive that, like you said, brings joy
Yeah.
and purpose.
You said it perfectly.
And that's what you designed to do. And so
Yes.
for some time, what kinds of, have you seen the changes in your community as a consequence of more and more people?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It's been growing for the last, we're approaching our 5-year anniversary. Every year we grow. Every year we see more young youths attend. Even on a simple random Thursday, we're there every Thursday, we get some passerbyers that didn't know that we were there, and they would stop in their tracks and they would marvel at the space that we've created. We turn a basketball court into our skating rink, and we have a live DJ, we have skaters of all ages, and it's really beautiful, a space that we can occupy and share with each other. We're changing the rhetoric of what being outside looks like, bringing activity and sports to the youth and adults. And it's been changing the community at large, because we as a community know what to look forward and expect every Thursday. And we get to share that and bring on newcomers.
Wow.
While here, I was able to help a young lady buy her first pair of skates.
I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Hold that story for just a moment. Folks, this is a wonderful story of community and how we can individually make a difference to our community, as LaToya Phillips has been doing. And so she wants to bring it here. She's been already seeing some benefits from bringing it here indeed. And so we want to talk more about that right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-Cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
We the best music.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're sitting with LaToya Phillips, a Barbadian who lives abroad in the United States, who's home on holiday, but who gets joy and purpose from roller skating. So much so her roller skates go nowhere without her. She pilots them, in other words. I just like how that phrase comes. And so she's in Barbados with a passion to find what she has been able to be a part of in Oakland, replicate it here in Barbados, and to see the joy of people again. And so, Latoya, you were talking about the ways in which you've been able to reach out to people here to make a difference and to help them get the passion that you have for roller skating. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah. There's my aunt's friend. She has a young daughter who never tried roller skating but had wanted to, and had the privilege of sharing my knowledge and expertise behind the equipment that we call our roller skates, and help her purchase her first pair. And the ability to join our communities across seas here with the island. I know that you had the Skateaholics, the School of the Skateaholics, excuse me, here. And with Winnell, and doing amazing things here on the island with the community that I hope to continue to build and grow the community here and abroad, and connect the bridge through roller skating. So that's my goal is to complete the retreat planning for 2027, and bring in members from my community and all throughout the U.S., but we're going to start small first. But the goal is, and the dream is, to add Barbados to the national skate calendar. This isn't something that is a fly-by-night. Roller skaters, they actually travel, not only with their skates, but they go to skate conventions, and it's 3 to 5 days long, sometimes longer. And I'd like to bring the experience and joy that I not only have here on the island with the community that's growing, but to share and explore the beauty that is Barbados with my family back home, overseas.
I got you. And so you're building this retreat of skateaholics, so to speak, skaters. And you mentioned earlier that there are many types and styles to skating, which is what you're exploring as well yourself.
Yes.
Give me your view of skating in Barbados, and really what you see to be the scope still that we have to reach for.
Yeah. There's so many. I would say that Barbados is close to Oakland, where I live now, where it's a melting pot. We don't have any one particular style of skating. It's freestyle skating, whatever the heart feels, and the music that's playing. But we're still students of roller skating and the different styles. So there's JB, which is from Chicago, which is a lot of quick foot action. There's snapping, which is from Detroit, and all these different styles of skating. It takes a lot of practice, courage, and consistency, but overall it's fun. It allows you to expand, I call it your library of skating, and the love for skating, because it's more than just going forward and going backwards. You can really make it your own, and that's part of the beauty, that no two skaters, we're like snowflakes, no two skaters are the same. And the wide range and beauty of skating is what makes it so precious. And to put a group of people of the same mind, same sound, same interests,
but doing their own thing.
Doing their own thing. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really, truly beautiful. Yeah.
And that's what skating brings to so many indeed. But spaces for skating, that's going to be an issue for us as well. We're smaller, and so as a consequence, the space and the surface on which people skate.
Yeah.
Our surfaces are not necessarily the same, I suppose, that you skate on. You do use the basketball rink, that you skate on, the basketball field. And so here it is. How do you see our connection with you and your connections in Oakland and abroad helping to develop that sport here, other than simply the skill?
So I find that first there has to be a demand, or at least the attention being brought. And the Barbadians here are doing just that. The community is growing, and it continues to thrive because there's a demand, there's an interest for it, and as it continues to grow, then any space that we can occupy, we naturally outgrow that. We take what we can and we make do with what we have. And it's no different to us in Oakland. We've had skate rinks, but they've closed, unfortunately, for one reason or another. And due to the pandemic, we had to take advantage of being outdoors because there weren't any rinks that you were allowed to enter. And there just became this resurgence for needing to find a space, how important it was to find a space. And the Barbadians here are no different. Whether we're taking up a car part or we're on a basketball court, the surfaces may not be pristine, but they're close enough and they will do. And the more you voice your opinion, you show up. And the thing about roller skaters and many individuals of any sort of community, it's how we band together. It's how we support each other, how we show up. And I can guarantee you that for any skate event that you were to attend, you leave with your heart so much more full than when you arrived. And that's every time. And so when you're able to share and spread that amount of joy, I think it's imperative that for those who are in the positions to help make that change and to see that continued growth within the community, it does far more than anyone could imagine.
Yeah. You're quite right.
Yeah.
She's quite right indeed. And so we're looking forward to the retreat coming up, hopefully really, really soon. You're planning for 2027. The plans are advancing nicely.
Yes, they are.
Good.
Yes.
Good. And I know that Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated will be happy to meet with you to discuss how the potential for exploration of our destination, Barbados, as well.
Yes, we're in talks, as well as I've been speaking with council member, sports council member Neil Murrell,
yes.
Yes. Sorry, got a little tongue-tied
That's
there.
all right.
And yeah, we've been in talks and communication and seeing how we can vie together and make this dream and passion of mine come through.
I'm feeling your joy, I'm feeling your passion, I'm feeling your purpose, I'm feeling everything about it. And I really wish you success with all of this.
Thank you.
Now, for the rest of the time that you're here in Barbados, what's your plan? What are you up to?
I've just been spending time with family and roller skating whenever I can, of course. The vacation that I'm on right now, it wasn't initially all wonderful and good news, but any opportunity I get to spend with family, because I don't see them often,
Yes.
I take full advantage of. And I was able to attend Beer Fest. I was able to attend the circus that's here in town, and just doing a couple, my family, they treat me like a tourist, because I kind of am. So they have a list of things for me to do, but I'm just as fine just, roller skating and going to the sea.
Yes, I go to the sea. Let's do a checklist. Favorite Bajan food?
Well, I just had put it in sauce for
Good
the
girl.
first time.
And?
And it's great.
Fantastic.
Love it.
Good. Favorite Bajan drink?
Sorrow.
Really? Have you tried Mobby?
I like Mobby.
That's
I
fine.
guess those would be my top one
Sorrow
or two.
Mobby.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite eating place in Barbados?
I don't.
You don't?
I know.
And I ask that carefully because I know we have several fast foods. Everyone, when you ask the question, oh, my first place is Chefette. That's what they'll say.
Well, Chefette is, it's up there.
Okay.
I've had it a number of times since I've been here.
Yes.
And if it were to be a fast food, it would be Chefette.
All right, fair enough.
Most definitely.
What about your favorite beach? Because that's the place you like to go often.
Well,
Choices.
Choices. I gotta choose correctly. So I was just at Browns Beach.
Browns.
And that seems I love it.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. Is there a Bajan phrase or word that you like to say, or your mother likes to say? Cheese on bread.
It's my dad. Yes. Cheese on bread.
Cheese on bread. So,
Yes.
but you don't have one yourself?
I don't have one.
Meccan sport. You know what that means? Do you recognize it?
Yes.
What is it saying? What am I saying?
That you playing or I don't want to say it being foolish.
Okay,
But
I can live with that. I can live with that. You're a Bajan. You are a Bajan. Well done indeed. Latoya, I
you.
wish you success. I wish
Thank
you all
you.
the best. I hope that you continue to have the joy and the passion and the purpose for roller skating that you already do, and that you can engender that in many more of our young people in particular,
Yeah,
and
so.
olders as well. And here we are watching. Is this you? Takes your breath away.
yes. So this is at Panther with my skate friend Joelle. And we were trying what is called the tornado. So we went around each other. And so we're
Wow.
so it's a lot of skill sharing and practicing. We have amazing skaters within the community. I am very low on the totem pole in terms of my skills, and have lots of room for growth. And I admire and I have a lot of mentors and inspiration that are just surrounded by, and that keeps me going.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And so, have you given your skates a name? Do you-
Pair 6. These are my 6 pairs of skates. No, they don't have a name.
Okay.
They don't.
Fair enough. But thank you so much for joining us today. And enjoy the remainder of your time in Barbados.
Thank you.
I'm excited for when you bring your friends back to Barbados to explore and experience all that we love about
yeah.
ourselves,
Yeah,
indeed.
I can't
And so I'm
wait.
excited for your future. Thank you so
you.
much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Latoya Phillips is her name. Roller skating is her game, and she wants to bring that same joy and purpose and passion to Barbadians everywhere. And so we're ready, aren't we? Morning Barbados takes a break right here. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
We the best music.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. non-stop hits, and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Firefit 246 is engaged in a community activity this weekend that brings together communities and brings everyone together in a fun space to do fun things, but we benefit in significant ways as well. The brainchild, the woman whose it is Andrina Welch. She's with me. She's brought along Akili Hall and Sierra Murray as well. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning to you too.
Starting with you, Andrina. I'm going to pick your brain now.
Yes,
Tell me,
please.
why are you doing this?
Why am I doing this? We have some wonderful, beautiful pastures around the island. First thing first, we've not really been making as much use of them as I see. So being an individual who likes to see people come together, I'm very much on the path of becoming the healthiest version of myself. So I decided to combine all of the various aspects from the various environments that I've been throughout my lifetime so far. So from agriculture to sports, entertainment, fun, let's bring that together, but also to get the message out there to more embrace the light within each of us. We all have something to bring to the surface. And I know from growing up back in the day, a community raises people.
Yep.
Instead of us just speaking about all of the violence and negativity, what role can we play? So I sat down and I thought about it. If we can combine every single association, every single community, there's all these little pockets. I'm just seeing it as an umbrella that we're all going to come under. So that's where this came from, and I used to be an athlete in school. I went to Garrison Secondary. I know it's great in Sealy now, but I'm still a Garrisonian, yes. Yes. So I decided to get back into sports, and for myself, yes, I actually have been healing from a torn tendon from the last year. So my process of having to regain my posture and rebuild my entire body and mindset, mental health, everything, I recognize that it can help others, because it's always this journey, and what we're bringing together is actually me. It's my process, from my lifestyle changes, from eating, my mindset, staying positive, the people you engage with, the activities you have to get into. It is literally a lifestyle change, and I love sugar. So I needed to find various aspects.
Yes.
I'm like, how can I go about living my life still the way that I want, but still enjoying my treats, because you cannot tell me I can't have chocolate. So yes, that's...
So it's an example. It's showing people what's possible when community comes together.
Yes, please.
And how we can individually also get ourselves fitter and better and more active and engaged in everything as well. You talked about your love of pastures. You're on Blenheim.
Yes,
You
please.
that's
Yes.
a huge pasture right there in the Ivy.
It is.
And by the way, so that people don't miss it, it's on this Saturday and
Yes,
Sunday.
please.
This
Yes,
Saturday and
please.
Sunday, what times?
The time starts from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily.
8 to 6.
Yes, please.
Okay. Akili, how you get in this? You know that question. How you get in this?
Well, you know me. As the founder of the Hibiscus Sports and Culture Foundation, anytime that we get an opportunity to help out the nation and to put a good deed out there,
Yeah.
we're there immediately. So actually, this one came through family. So I got called by my uncle one day, and he tells me that there's this thing that's right up my alley that has everything to do with what my foundation usually does, and I need to hear about it. I call her, and she amazes me the same way that she amazed you just now, with the same explanation, how it came from a personal journey and what she's trying to do. And then, as you can see from like the posters and everything that we're about to talk about, there's kids involved, there's communities involved. We're even trying to get the disabled community and people who may not be able to to experience these things involved by trying to get them transportation to come to the events. So if anybody's listening can help with that, you'll definitely appreciate that.
Well, since you made that appeal, how can they reach out?
Well, they can either reach out to me at the Hibiscus Foundation, Hibiscus Foundation 246.1@gmail.com, or they can reach out to Fire and Fit directly, which will be the Instagram and the WhatsApp numbers will be on the posters that should be shown on the screen.
I'll repeat them for you in a minute.
Yes,
but these 2 days are designed with a range of activities.
Yes, please.
And since you're the PR man, essentially, let's break it down on. Are the activities the same on each day, or are the activities different on each day?
Well, actually, the activities are going to be different activities throughout
the whole 2
each
days.
Day. Yes, and there's going to be challenges. There's going to be challenges in terms of fitness challenges. So you can sign up to be an athlete. There will be a registration fee for that because there are going to be prizes, etc. But for just to come, the admission is free. But you can sign up to be an athlete. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have pull-up challenges, plank challenges, all kind of different things to really make sure that you fire fit. You light the fire so you can be fit.
Look at your screen, everybody. Look at your screen. Look at your screen. Look at your screen. Don't miss this. Indeed, you will see all the details we're talking about. And those numbers you see at the bottom, those are the numbers to which Akil was referring just a moment ago.
Yes,
you can call early o'clock 252-8136, 829-4345, or 842-6734. Registration is going to be important for the different competitions as well.
Yes, please.
And that's why we need you to register to now.
Yep, early. You can't. We will accept you either way, but we can't. But we don't want to have a situation like most events where a bunch of people are coming on the same day and being like, I wasn't really sure. I was thinking about it, and now I'm ready to do it. Do you have any more space? Because you never want to be the one to tell somebody no, but sometimes you have to, and we don't want to have to tell you no. So make sure you register with us now. Make sure you find these flyers, you find all the information. Make sure you know that this is good for your community and that we are here to help you, because this is what this is all about. As you can hear from Adriana, just in her voice and in the way that she was talking about, this event is all about love, is all about community, is all about togetherness, and it's all about lighting that spark in Barbados so that we can show that being healthy and being together are not only easy, but parts of life that become a lifestyle the more you truly delve into it. She said that she can't live without chocolate, but sweetness is a spice of life, and that comes in all kinds of different forms. Togetherness, care, even these things, even liking sweets. We can share with you the secrets that dark chocolate exists, where you can have chocolate, maybe add a little bit of sweetness in terms of figs, dates, etc., and still get that same kind of taste as if you're eating milk chocolate Cadbury that you like to have at home.
Exactly.
All these information is going to be at the event. You're going to have different tents that are going to show you different ways that you can somehow make money or make an income if you're not really good at academics. Agriculture, farming, the live entertainers that are so happy to be there. There's so much going on. You have to come and see it for yourself.
You really do. And it's for old and young. It's for everyone in between indeed. So it's free to come to Blenheim Playing Field this Saturday and Sunday from 8 o'clock in the morning. You're spending the day there. But if you are going to be competing in any of the competitive events, look at the bottom of your screen and register. Register quickly. Registration is affordable. And in registration, you get a chance to win all of these things. There's a hula hoop challenge, table tennis challenges, road tennis, track, and the soccerama. All of those are things for which you can register as well. So just please register as quickly as possible and get your Saturday and Sunday going. Indeed. Sierra.
Hi.
Now, I know you from the Innovation Hub and the Big Blue X challenge that we had last year.
Yes. Please.
What's your role in all of this? We're not out to sea this time. We're on you on the land.
Yes. So this actually started with me being at home, and I got a call from Star, because that's what we call her, Star. And she asked me to join. I helped her plan for her fit. And I was like, yes, I do track at school. I'm in a track club. And the message that was being sent is something that I love to do. Community, involving the youth, and health. So we sat down, we planned out the soccerama, we planned out the sporting events, we planned out the plank challenge, different events to bring people together. And when she told me that this was going to be something big, a big kabam, just like, that's me. That was me. So over the past couple months, we were planning, had our hardships, but we were planning this event to show light on the community, not only the youth, the community, because the Ivy is considered a negative and bad place. So we wanted to shine light on the community aspect, bringing in people from different walks of life, different age ranges, different experiences, and show them that healthy lifestyles doesn't always mean you have to eat lettuce, you have to eat all these different greens, or cooking doesn't have to always be with all these harmful chemicals, and you can use the same things that you see on the road. You can make pasta from scratch. You can do all these different things to be on a healthy walk of life. And it inspired me. It made me feel more connected to the community, and the fact that this was off of a whim, this was a dream, and we're making it a reality.
Yeah, I'm driven by it too. You're going to make this a reality. And so the range of activities will happen over 2 days.
Yes.
You know, not everything will happen on each day. There are a number of activities and sporting challenges that we are encouraging you to be a part of indeed by registering. But we want all of you to come. This is a community wellness and sports event. Every community in Barbados is welcomed.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, we're calling out everybody from every part
Because
of the
Barbados
island.
is a community.
Exactly.
Correct. Good. I wanted that definition because we talked about Blenheim, and we oftentimes think, you know, it's just for y'all in the Ivy.
No, this is island wide. This is for everyone, anyone, from any walk of life, any experience, they can come, because we want to show them that health is necessary to continue with life, and there are different ways to be healthy.
And this is just the beginning. We want to be there. The Caribbean is a ecosystem and a community in of itself, and of course we're starting in Barbados. Of course we're starting in Dublin, but we want to make sure that one day, eventually, we can bring this to the region, and then eventually to the world. Because we just had an amazing interview with somebody from Oakland talking about how they're trying, how they are still representing their Bajan community in America, and that is exactly what being a Bajan, what being a Caribbean person is all about. Because Beige to the world, Barbados to the world is about bringing Barbados to the world. So you have to be able to know, to notice, and to understand that if you want Barbados to stand on the world stage, if you want to be healthy enough to see Barbados stand on the world stage, if you want to be a real community, you can't just say, oh, I'm on 166 square miles, I live in St. Michael, I'm not going to St. Lucie, I don't care about nothing that happens up there. You have to make sure that you come to these kinds of events, that you show love, that you show care, to make sure that you can inspire people like Star, like us, like the youth that are sitting right here, to continue to do these things in the future. So more people dream, and more of these things get done on a whim.
Exactly. And I will just add to it where that togetherness came from. As you heard them say, the youth, I'm the more mature one in the crowd, but I still think I tend to fit in still, right? But you remember back in the day, our grandparents, great-grandparents, it was a community. It's something I've grown up hearing for many years, and we probably thought it was a cliche, speaking about every neighbor, everyone is a community is a home. You know, you walk down the street, you're giving trouble. The old lady down the street can give you lashes. You know, we really do need to get back to that. And this is a way for us to help ignite that. So anyone that is willing to come on board, any type of sport, any service provider, we're helping highlight any business owner or anybody who wants to get into anything. This is a way of reconnecting the network and bringing back that old Bajan community spirit and unity.
So if you're a vendor, you want to have an opportunity as well, call the numbers I shared with you earlier, 252-8136, 829-4345, look at your screen, or 842-57-67-34. And so call to register, call to secure your spot as a vendor as well, because there are opportunities for you to earn from all of this, but there are opportunities for us to earn as a community spirit. You may have the talent and you never tried it out. Come try Soccerama, come try some road tennis, come try your hand at the hula hoop challenge indeed. This fitness and all of these kinds of things, come try, come commune together as a community. And so all of Barbados is invited this Saturday, this Sunday, to Blenheim Playing Field in the Ivy for all of this. And so it's going to be one event or 2 days that you will never forget. Your life will thank you for it. Your body will thank you for it.
Please.
The learning
Indeed.
will ever be with you. Cannot leave you hereafter, but it begins a journey. And it begins with this first step if you've not yet started that journey. So consider this, everybody. Saturday and Sunday, Blending Playing Field in the Ivy. Ample space for you to park. The field is huge. It is good enough for all of us to be there to discover those hidden talents as well. Andrea, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having
Akil,
us.
as always, good to see you, my brother.
Good to see you again as well.
Yes,
Love
I
to
see
be
you.
here.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
My little
Morning
angel.
Barbados breaks right here. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's get to the news now. Government has implemented legislation that targets individuals engaging in illegal violent acts in public spaces, which result in people entering into a state of panic or shock. This is through the Domestic Terrorism Bill 2026, introduced and passed in Parliament yesterday. It was in January this year that Prime Minister Mia Amal Motley put Barbadians on notice that the legislation was coming following a major early morning shooting incident in Bridgetown after a cruise. Also in 2019, a man reeled off gunshots in a busy food court at Sheraton, killing a man just a short distance away from visually impaired citizens and members of the media. Attorney General Wilfred Abrams, who introduced the bill, explained an individual must have committed a serious criminal offense to consider being charged with domestic terrorism.
So where the act of domestic terrorism results in the death of a person, the offender may suffer death or be liable to be sentenced to life imprisonment. For other serious offenses, so for domestic terrorism involving any other criminal offense, you can get up to life imprisonment. So everything else. So if it involves murder, then you stand to suffer death, so or life imprisonment. And
well, during his contribution, Mr. Abrams also raised concerns about the perpetrators who are being paid as low as $5,000 to shoot someone.
$5,000. $5,000. So, sir, if you stand to gain, whether in money or money's worth, in excess of $5,000 for the commission of an act in public, then, sir, this stands to be caught here as a serious criminal offense.
The Attorney General also explained what happens to perpetrators charged for domestic terrorism.
You hold the charge and you hold the conviction on the serious offense. But if you are found to have committed domestic terrorism based on the circumstances in which the serious offense was actually committed, then so you get something else. It must be an aggravating factor. You get tacked on. You get sentenced on the first one, and then what you're found on domestic terrorism runs consecutively, not concurrently. When you finish serving out your first sentence, your penalty under domestic terrorism is now going to start to run. You must feel the consequences, sir, of what you did.
The Attorney General further said the bill creates an additional offence where serious criminal conduct is committed with reckless disregard for public safety, is motivated by certain forms of bias, or involves particularly dangerous firearm activity that threaten the wider community.
The principal crime under this legislation, the offence required a principal crime, occurs in a public place such as shopping centres. I'm going to list them. We didn't want to put them in the legislation for a reason, but just to put out there in the minds of Barbadians what we're talking about. So where the principal crime occurs in a public place, including but not limited to, for the avoidance of any doubt, shopping centres, restaurants and bars, bus terminals, parks and beaches, streets and highways, government buildings open to the public, or places of entertainment and mass public activities.
A call has been made for contract buying to support farmers in Barbados. It was announced by Prime Minister Motley during her address at the opening ceremony of the new Massey supermarket at Worthing. The Prime Minister says it is government's proactive approach to strengthening local agriculture, which includes the allocation of a substantial fund of $2 million dedicated to the first quarter startup of this initiative. The Queen Elizabeth Hospital has issued a public advisory owing to what is being described as a post-crop-over surge in the accident and emergency department. The hospital is reportedly experiencing a significant increase in patients with complications associated with non-communicable diseases, as well as respiratory tract infections. Some patients have required urgent medical intervention, adding extra pressure on emergency services. Hospital officials are reminding the public that patients with non-life-threatening conditions may face longer wait time. Clinical teams will continue to prioritize those in need of urgent and life-saving care, following the hospital's triage system, which assesses patients based on the severity of their conditions. Sports now. Shaquan Mason hit a century as Christchurch Foundation took first innings lead over Coleridge and Parry on day one of the three-day 2026 Student Revolving Loan Fund BCA Under-15 cricket final. Winning the toss and electing to bat at Kensington Oval yesterday, Coleridge and Parry rolled out for 127 in 39.2 overs. Shaquan Paris and Cairo Glasgow both scored 45. Anmar Goodrich Boyce now reports on the first innings.
Coleridge and Parry won the toss and elected to bat first. Javari Charles to Cairo Glasgow, full toss, and once he got bat on it, this was the result. Boundary. Change of ends and bowler as well. Lucia Garcia to Glasgow, and that's spanked away in front of square for more. Garcia, however, clapped back. Kimani Webster's off stump goes for a walk. He's in disbelief. Has to go though, 35 for 1. Christchurch Foundation got the breakthrough. Sahib Bacchus, the new batter, soft hands to get off the mark. Lovely flick towards the fine leg area. Fielder touched the rope, so 4 runs. Change of tactics now, time for some spin. Kimani Clark is swept away by Glasgow. The fielder will chase in vain. Garcia again to Glasgow. Misfield. CP go for the single. Has to hurry. Direct hit. Gone. A sensational piece of fielding from Reese Knight. 50 for 2 now. Well, Glasgow continued through the man at cover. More runs for Coleridge and Parry. But this shot was even sweeter. Glasgow putting on a clinic at Kensington Oval. Charles again to Glasgow. High, hard and handsome. That's 6 runs. Glasgow eventually going on to score 45 as Corey Jampari were bowled out for 127. And more Goodrich Boys, CBC Sports.
Well, in reply, Foundation are 183 for 7 to lead by 56 runs. The day's play starts at 9:30 this morning at Kensington Oval. That's a look at news and sports. Morning Barbados takes a break here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1, The One.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
11.5 minutes after 7 o'clock. Good morning now to Norma Hunt, who's watching from Canada. Good morning to you, Norms. You and the family there watching, thank you so much, as always. Good to connect with you every time. So we turn our attention now to breastfeeding. We've all been talking about this all month long, about the reason why you need, as parents of a brand new baby, or those of you who are planning to have a baby. And you will recall that last week there was an activity on the ground floor of the QEH that encouraged all of you to come in and see and explore and have greater answers to some of the questions you may have about breastfeeding and just early childhood really care. And so we met again by a couple of midwives, one who works in the labor department. She is Nikisha Canterbury. She's another registered nurse. And with her is Shernell Cooper, who works in antenatal. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Let's start at the beginning. The baby is born. Naturally, we think that mommy and the baby will bond. And I want to look at it from the skin to skin, the value of having that relationship with the mother for bonding purposes at birth.
Yes, it is important. Let me start by saying that it is important. And when you see what we do after the delivery of the baby and the mommy, obviously excited and expecting this baby, and then baby comes up on her skin, let me use my prop, and we do skin to skin. It allows baby to know that I'm still here with my mommy. Even though I'm not here connected on the inside, I'm here connected physically. Baby can feel baby's heart beating and identify this is my mom. And baby calms, settle, respiration sinks, blood sugars sink, and you get that initial start where baby actually even starts rooting to breastfeed.
All that happens?
Yes, I mean most of the time you will say in animals. I don't know if you have an animal at home and after delivery, even as a cat, you will see the baby cat rooting, looking for the breast. It happens with humans as well, and so you may even just put baby here to lie, and then you'll see baby rooting and looking for this breast. So it's something natural. It's something that gives baby a mommy and baby, even the father, if he's involved or in the room, that initial start to baby's care and their transition as a family.
Isn't God awesome?
He is.
He made us like this, and it naturally happens.
Yes.
I was going to ask you, said even if daddy, but you had to introduce that. What if the baby first connection was with daddy? Is there something different that experience there?
No, please, but we have to remind daddy, just to secure baby's head, because he or she will root and be looking for that breast, and you don't have it. But you just keep the baby position, turn baby's head to a side. If need be, that baby can breathe and control baby when he or she goes rooting, looking for that breast.
Oh my worship! This is something I'm learning for the first. I thought, oh, well, you just rest it. Hey, look, this is your child. Remember its face. Look at your mummy, and so forth. And that was all it was. But it means so much more.
Yes.
Do mothers, baby who haven't delivered, do they naturally want the bonding in that way, the skin to skin connection?
Most persons, yes, please. Even fathers, you find that is something they hear about and they want to be involved. So sometimes you will find, and because we want to introduce breastfeeding within the first hour or two, we will give mommy the first preference. But there are times where daddy can start, and then you can give baby to mommy, and the process is still the same. Baby roots and looks for the method of feeding.
So most times, this is something that the mummy wants naturally to be able to experience.
Yes,
but there are
please.
times when she doesn't want to have that
Yes,
experience at all.
please.
For some reasons, it's out. I've had enough of carrying this lump for 9 months, and so here we are now. And what happens in a situation when that occurs?
Well, you respect the mother's wishes. So especially if it's a long labor or she's tired, you assist. We care for baby, and even though breastfeeding should be initiated early, sometimes it can be delayed. So we give her a little time, and baby is not going to suddenly become malnourished or dehydrated. The connection after birth, we do delay cord clamping, and that allows the additional blood flow to go to baby. Baby receive not only the final nutrients or oxygens that should keep baby for a couple hours until we are able to initiate breastfeeding.
So that soon after birth, you would want the mother to begin to feed?
Yes, please.
So soon after birth?
Yes,
she's
please.
drowsy, she's tired, she's
not
sleepy.
Everyone.
Not everyone, but she is. And so you would want, as soon as possible, for her to get actively involved in all of that. But it doesn't come naturally for a lot of people that they get it right. And so that's where we want to go right now. And so, Sherna, you can help me with this as well. Baby is born, you're in antenatal now, and I want to look specifically at the baby who is born with a difficulty. And it is not necessarily able to begin the process of breastfeeding as quickly as we just heard, within the first 12 hours or so. What happens?
Okay, so bonding, like Nikisha would have said just now, is crucial for baby to adjust to being outside the uterus. So we still encourage bonding, and we bear in mind that within the first couple of hours that she said, the baby doesn't necessarily have to feed immediately. However, once they bond, eventually they will gravitate towards it. So let's say, for instance, you have a baby with cleft lip, right? We would obviously will have to find ways to get that breast milk down. So the baby will go to NICU, and they will have a tube pass until the necessary interventions are made for the baby then to be able to use the mouth for suckling, right? So they still get to benefit from that breast milk.
But the whole process of latching, I like that term so bad, but it sounds so harsh at the same time. The baby latches on. And I know that we do have a graphic that we want to share with you folks. For those of you expectant mothers, this is critical that you listen, and listen carefully, because I do know that you do have sessions or workshops with expectant mothers, right?
Yes.
To begin to sensitize them as to how to and what to expect and experience, because when the baby latches, it latches.
Yes.
And why does the baby latch so hard, by the way?
Well, the baby has to latch hard in order to seal around the nipple. And bear in mind, we do not want the baby to actually be on the nipple, because that can cause problems for mother in terms of like sore nipples and cracked nipples and stuff like that. But once the seal is there and the baby initially starts to pull on the breast, that is the only way the baby will be able to breastfeed effectively.
Okay. Help me here with this graphic on your screen, because you're giving me, got a good latch? That's the question we're asking here. On the left side, where the X's are, where generally the wrong ones, and where the ticks are the right ones, latch onto nipple only. That happens? Does this happen often?
Sometimes it does happen. All babies don't usually get it in one though, however. And the first thing the baby is going to get to is the nipple.
Yes.
So they're going to growl at that first. But we try to encourage mommies to push beyond that nipple as when you see the picture on the right hand side, where the the mouth is actually flanged over the nipple, securing that seal that I would have told you about just now, and it's onto the areola, and beneath the areola is the glands that help to store the milk. Right? So the baby has to pull on that area in order to get the milk from the breast. All right?
And before you go on, I know you said it sounds harsh, but it's not as harsh as it sounds. And it is not painful, and it ought not to be painful. So I find when babies, and they walk with my nipple that could, you know, show what was on the television just now. When babies actually latch, and the suckling commences, I usually tell moms, you know, you're not accustomed to someone holding on and then suckling. So it takes a little bit of getting accustomed to. But once baby's mouth is on the areola, and as you can see here, and most of the bottom part of the mouth will be under the nipple, and the suckling commences. It's not
a
to
bit
be
of a squeezing.
Yes.
More like a suction.
More like a massaging
Yeah.
and a suction effect. So just as my hand is going,
That's
and
what's
it's not supposed to be painful. So I don't want you to make our audience
No, we're not
think
making.
it's
I just say what people say.
You know, it's like latch. It's not. You need to get accustomed. And as baby goes to breast, it becomes easier.
Right. It's a suction movement, and that happens. How do you know for sure that there's milk flowing?
Well, we do. Sometimes
So you
we
say,
do
okay,
an
start, let's
assessment
see,
first.
okay, good, let's continue?
Yes. No,
Okay.
sometimes we do an assessment first, but based on what we hear, because baby, and with newborns, you may not hear it as with, let's say, a week old, because when baby is delivered, we don't expect to see a good flow of colostrum or a good flow of milk. So you may not hear that little gulping sound when baby does drink, but you will hear that maybe into a week and so on. But we will do an assessment first, and we will see if mommy's breasts are active.
Okay. And as in producing milk.
Yes,
And
please.
in addition to that, how we know that your baby is actually breastfeeding and getting enough is by having a lot of wet and or dirty nappies joined in there. So initially it's about 4 to 6 wet nappies, and as the baby grows older, it'll be up to 12, 10 wet nappies or dirty a day.
So that's how you know.
Yes. And baby gains weight.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know that you're doing something.
So if the nappies are not getting wet or soiled, the baby might not be getting, you might not be producing the milk. But, and certainly within a relatively short period of time after birth, I expect that the baby should be secreting pretty often. And it increases as time goes by, and then over time, as it begins to be relieved of the breastfeeding, you actually see a reduction in all of that activity.
Yes.
So that's one way to measure.
Yes,
Mothers, expectancy, are you hearing? I did not know this. I just assumed, well, it was a natural body function anyway of the baby, of any human, and therefore that's what's going on. That's another way to measure if it's working.
Yes.
And if it's not working, of course, we can always come talk to the midwives, and you will help us through that process as well. There's a lot more to this, Barbados, that we have to learn. So we'll take a break right here. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We the best music.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask,
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I'm with midwives Nikisha Scanterbury and Chanel Cooper as we continue our conversation looking at breastfeeding. All this month long, there are activities happening at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital because the nurses of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, the registered nurses and the midwives are happy to help and really remind expectant mothers of what to expect, and those who are young mothers as well, what to endure and why it's important that you do what you need to do. But as I take the time now to just want to remind you, there's an art exhibition on for children. There's an art exhibition on for children. We told you about this the last time. You get your copies from the antenatal clinic. You get your sketch thing, and for those of you 9 to 11, 5 to 8, you just color, fill it in, and then you drop it in again, and good luck to you. For those of you 9 to 11, you do your own kind of drawing this time using your crayons, colored pencils, markers, paint, or mixed media. And once you complete as well, you drop it back in at the front desk and into the clinic. And you must get it in really soon because we want to reward you with all of this. Also coming up very soon is that seminar that's going to be held in the theater at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. We want you to be there for in the auditorium. It's happening on the 19th of August from 9 o'clock in the morning. All of us is encouraged. But while you're there, you are going to get evidence-based presentations from local and regional experts, practical strategies to strengthen breastfeeding support. There'll be panel discussions, and there'll be an award ceremony as well. All of that's happening there when we reward you for your great work. And so it's for nurses, doctors, midwives, lactation consultants and nutritionists, allied health professionals, policy makers, students and residents. All of us, we all be there as we partner. It's totally free, but you need to register as quickly as possible for your space. Look at the bottom of your screen. You can look at this again because we're recording the show, and you get your registration in as soon as possible. So nurses, I know you were telling me something, Chanel, just now about how the baby naturally finds the breast.
Yes. At birth, the nipple usually gives off the natural aroma of the liquor which the baby would have been in for the 9 months. So when we put the baby onto the chest and they are rooting, they are actually following that scent, that aroma, till they get to the nipple. So that's how they know that it's time to open up and start to latch on and breastfeed.
Does that smell wear off?
Eventually, yes. Eventually it does. But that is just an initial response.
Right. Because by that time the baby knows where naturally to go.
Yes.
You're holding your hand, or brand new little baby here on the set, and something is in your lap.
Yes.
Explain to me all of these things.
Okay, so this is a boppy pillow. A lot of mothers use it. It's for comfort and it's also for support for your baby. So as we try to use different positions for breastfeeding, we use this as a means of support. You put it in place around your waist, and then extra support comes from the hand, which you support the baby with. So for instance, this is called the cradle hole. So mommy has somewhere to rest her hand. This particular one has a little pillow, a little pocket in it that, you know, if she wants to put any snacks or anything for her to eat, she can do that. And one of the things that we try to encourage is comfort while breastfeeding. So you make sure you have a nice comfortable space, you got your boppy pillow and your healthy snacks, which help to boost your breast milk production. So it's very convenient, and initially this is the first hole that everybody loves, but it's not always the best hole, especially if you have a small baby. So if you have a little small baby, probably premature, and then you can bring your pillow up for some more support.
Lighter baby.
Yes,
But there's some big ones, some heavy ones that are born quite heavy, 9 pounds, 10 pounds in some instances.
Yes, they are.
That's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Because you can't force the timing of, or can you, of the baby in the house? How you don't know, the stomach is small because the stomach is as large as the fist. And so the little baby's hand, but how do you know when it's done?
How the baby's done? Finished breastfeeding?
It will stop the suckle.
Yes, they will
thing.
stop the suckle. And even though it's normal for a baby to stop sucking in between, just to rest their cheeks.
Yes.
because the muscles are not fully developed, so they tend to get tired, so they will stop. So we encourage mothers to do is to rouse your baby, a little tickle, a little massage, and yes. So once the baby is not finished, the baby will actually awake and try to start back sucking. Yes.
Huh. So, but when it doesn't, then you know, hey, and if it's off to sleep, it's all done. Put it in its little crib and lie it on its back.
Preferably, yes, on the back or on the side.
Yeah, the baby's not an adult.
On the stomach.
Not on
that's
the
what I'm
stomach.
saying. You know, we tend to just put it down the way we would sleep as the adult. We just lay down. But but the baby is totally different.
Yes.
You need to get it right indeed. Oof, there's so much. Now, for the heavy baby, I'm looking at that one particular because the way you held it at first, and it's just to ease the arm, because after a while it puts a lot of pressure on the poor mother.
Yes, it does. So for the heavy baby, it's pretty much the same. Instead of using,
just bear the pain for just a moment.
It's your baby, so you have to bear the pain. I mean,
but
you can
if
do
you
with that.
have the pillow, regardless of the weight of the baby, here is your support. So her hand being here, even though baby is 10 pounds, it's being supported. The position of the big baby doesn't really differ from the average size baby. What may differ is maybe the size of your breast. Because for me, if I hold, I'm sure now breast isn't much bigger than mine. Baby might come closer to me, but for her, baby may be a little distant from her, and for those who have bigger breasts, maybe further away. But positioning remains the same. Baby will do the cross lying on the pillow and be tucked in to mommy, nose to nipple. And the support, even if the person doesn't have this bobby pillow and they have their own pillow at home, they can use it
that
and
as well.
get that additional support.
Can I lay down or breastfeed?
Yes, you can. Call it the
flat on my back?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. So explain, on your side.
On your side.
Again, so here we are now. Look at the screen again, everybody. Look at your screen, mummies. There's a cross cradle one, which is pretty much what you were doing there, right? The cradle one, we saw that just now, or you can do the inverted side lying one. But you see the baby is now put in a different position to how the mother is lying.
Yes. And that's sort of like the what we call the football hole. Whereas the baby will be like this, and bear in mind the baby's stomach always has to be against your body. So that way the baby's nose and mouth can become in line with the nipple. So that's sort of like this, with the exception that your baby then will be the upside down, because you're laying on your side, obviously, and the baby's like this, but a sort of a football hole, but just inverted.
Okay, got you. And there was one more that I just saw there. If we could share it again, there's one more, and the fourth one. This one, the side lying cradle.
Okay, so the side lying is
you're lying, watching TV.
And what I advise daddies to do, I call it daddy duty. So what I advise them to do is they stay alert while mommy rests, because getting up to breastfeed the baby every couple hours is tiring. So he sits up and he's on duty. When that baby gets up, he's going to take that baby up. He's going to change the baby. Don't let the baby stay till the baby starts to bawl and holler for murder, because then they're not going to settle into the breastfeeding. So he will take that baby up, and while you are lying on your side, he will put the baby in place on the side. Well, they can't get the side do so much, but basically this is how the baby will be on the side. All right.
But she's sleeping.
Yeah, she's sleeping, but I mean, and once the baby go onto the breast, she's gonna get up.
She's gonna wake up.
She's gonna get up.
Okay.
But still, she's resting. You know, she don't gotta get up, change the pamper, and all that. She can lay there, and sometimes we actually see mummies fall off to sleep while they're breastfeeding, as long as they're comfortable. We promote comfort 100%. So that father is able to watch and see and make sure that the breast is not onto the baby's nose. And when he think the baby's finished, we can also break the latch. Right? And we do that by inserting the finger in between the baby's mouth and the breast.
To ease it off.
Yes.
That little finger, you just put it in the corner of baby's mouth and break the suction and then remove the nipple. If you do it any other way, you're setting out yourself a sore nipple.
Exactly.
All right. So all of this you can learn, folks. You can learn from the midwives at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. I know you have sessions and workshops as it goes as well to help expectant mothers to understand how it works. And if they have a challenge, of course, they can always reach out, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Boy, there's a lot. I learned a lot today. Hope you did as well. So don't forget, the art exhibition is on. As art competition is on. You have a very short deadline between now and then to get it all in, because on Wednesday the 18th, Wednesday when is the seminar?
The 19th.
The 19th,
Yes.
Wednesday the 19th, right, is when that seminar is on. We want to be able to reward you then. Look at your challenges, look at the competition, and you enter as quickly as possible, because there's some wonderful prizes for you to win. Always contact the QE, and the midwives will be there to happily help you, whether in the antenatal, the labor department, the NICU, they're happy to work with you through all of this as well.
Yes, please.
Thank you so very much for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. This was quite a lesson for all of us today. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Morning Barbados is right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up?
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
July 26th, for the Day of National Significance, the young people of Barbados spoke, and they spoke to our trajectory from 1937 to 2021. 1937 writes those significant milestones, independence in 1966, and then when we became a republic in 2021. One of those people who spoke is the chairperson of the NUPW's Youth League. She was also a finalist in last year's Frank Collymore Endowment Literary Competition. And so her name is Randicia Kelman. We want to share with you her presentation.
I stand here with humility, because to speak on a day of national significance is not simply to speak into a microphone. It is to speak into memory, into soil, into the footsteps of people whose names were not always written down, but whose courage wrote the first lines of the Barbados we now call Republic. Now that the additional drums are finished, we gather under the title, Children of the 1937 Revolution Share a Youth Vision for the Republic. And I want us to begin with that word, children. We are not children of comfort, we are children of struggle, of cane fields and tenantries, of harbor workers and domestic workers, of women who stretched one wage across too many mouths, of men who bent their backs until the island stood upright. We are children of a people who were told to be quiet, grateful, and patient, and who still found a voice. Before 1937, political power was narrow. Trade unions were in their earliest stages, and a local elite ruled largely unchallenged. The events of 1937 helped set Barbados on its course to independence. So when we say 1937, we're not only calling a date, we are calling a doorway. A doorway through which ordinary working people push this country toward democracy, organization, dignity, and voice. And standing in that doorway was the Right Excellent Clement Osborne Payne, agitator, organizer, orator. Payne did not arrive with wealth or permission, he arrived with words. And words, when married to the truth, can become more dangerous than weapons. After one court case, Payne said he found himself before about 2,000 or more interested workers and citizens, wild with enthusiasm. Wild with enthusiasm. Imagine that. Workers with little money, little power, and little protection, but wild with the discovery that they were not alone. Payne called for nonviolence, so they weren't violent in a disorderly way. This was not wildness without discipline. It was the wildness of hope, of organization, and the belief that Barbados could be more than a plantation economy with a flag. It could be a country with a conscience. And Barbados still needs that kind of wildness. Every generation finds a word used to tame its young. When young people speak sharply, we call them rude. When they demand more, we call them entitled, selfish, overly ambitious. When they organize in workplaces, communities, unions, classrooms, and online, we call them reckless or impatient. But perhaps the Republic does not need a generation trained only to be polite in the face of injustice. Perhaps it needs young people wild in the right ways, wild in vision, innovation, solidarity, discipline, and care. Because if we are truly children of a 1937 revolution, our youth vision must face the Barbados we are living in now. Barbados is changing. Our population is changing. Our families are changing. Our workplaces are changing. And the research on population change in Barbados warns that the country has entered advanced stages of demographic transition and may face declining population size before 2050 unless policy responses, including migration, alter those prospects. Demographic change is not a statistic. It is a grandmother waiting for care, a young worker wondering whether there will be a pension, a family deciding whether to migrate, a young graduate hearing there is no place, a migrant worker building a country and still being treated as temporary, and women carrying unpaid labor on their backs while the economy calls it love. So what must we do? First, organize young workers and make decent work non-negotiable. Young people must not be offered a future made only of probation, short contracts, unpaid internships, side hustles, and smiling insecurity. We must fight for wages, collective bargaining, and the right to join a union without fear. For too many young Barbadians, migration is beginning to feel less like a choice and more like an inevitability. That should concern us. Migration must be an opportunity, not an obligation created by low wages, unaffordable housing, inadequate public services, and the absence of a future people can see themselves living. But our conversation about migration cannot end with Barbadians who leave. but must include the people who come. If Barbados relies increasingly on migrant labor, then the trade union movement must stand fully and unapologetically beside migrant workers for their wages, conditions of legal and illegal migration. But I question any language that allows us to move from describing a person's status to diminishing their humanity. A human is a human is a human. Workers with precarious status may be the least able to report unpaid wages, unsafe conditions, or mistreatment. That vulnerability should make us determined to reach them more, not less. If an injury to one is an injury to all, then all cannot only mean Barbadian workers, only unionized workers, or only workers whose papers are in order. Second, confront the climate crisis and make sustainability a workers' agenda. The climate crisis is about beaches and reefs, hurricanes and rising seas, but it is also about workers. Every storm tests public services. Every heat wave tests workplaces. Every disaster tests hospitals, school, transport, housing, sanitation, and care. The question is, who will be protected? Who will be displaced? Who will rebuild? Who will pay? And who will profit? Our youth vision must demand a just transition. Climate policy with decent jobs, adaptation with worker protection, renewable energy with public accountability, disaster preparedness with strong public services, and development that does not sacrifice people for profit. Sustainable development cannot be built on slogans. It must be publicly funded, budgeted, planned, and governed by the people. It means taxing fairly, spending courageously, and investing in the systems that make a republic resilient: water, health, education, housing, transport, sanitation, energy, care, and social protection. And in this age, that also means that we must meet digitalization with democracy. Technology is not neutral. When it decides who gets hired, scheduled, watched, promoted, disciplined, or left behind. Algorithms can carry old inequalities in new clothing. Data can become a new plantation if workers have no rights over it, no voice in its use, and no seat at the table where digital systems are designed. The future of work cannot be coded behind closed doors. We need co-governance. Workers, unions, employers, government, and communities at the same table deciding the rules for artificial intelligence, data surveillance, training, procurement, and digital public services, not consultation after the decision has been made, co-governance from the beginning. Fourth, we must recognize care as a human right. Care is the invisible foundation under everything we call development. Before a worker reaches the workplace, somebody cared. Before a child enters school, somebody cared. Before an elder survives the day, somebody cared. Yet care, usually carried by women, often unpaid or underpaid, is still treated as private and secondary. No, care is infrastructure. Care is labor. Care is a public service, and care is a right. Care must be funded, formalized, protected and respected. Domestic workers, nurses, nursery workers, home caregivers, social workers, community workers, and family caregivers must not be praised in poetry and abandoned in policy. And in preparing for today, I found myself returning to a simple question. What was it about the right, excellent Clement Osborne Payne that made people believe him, follow him, organize with him, and ultimately act? What made his words powerful enough to stir a generation? And one answer kept emerging. People recognized themselves in what Payne was saying. He spoke to the conditions people were living. He gave language to the treatment and frustrations they already felt. He spoke about wages, dignity, treatment, and place. And his politics did not float somewhere above the heads of ordinary working people. When Payne spoke, people could hear their own lives in his words. And there's a lesson in that for the trade union movement today. If we want young workers to see themselves in this movement, then this movement must learn to speak a language in which young we have historically fought. Important though those battles remain, and we cannot simply point to salary increases as evidence of progress when young workers are watching the cost of food, rent, transportation, and everyday life rise alongside those increases. A larger paycheck means nothing if it does not translate to a better quality of life. The struggles of yesterday have not disappeared. We must continue to defend wages, working conditions, collective bargaining rights, pensions, and job security. But preserving those struggles cannot prevent us from recognizing the struggles emerging now. What does worker protection mean in an age of artificial intelligence and automation? What does collective bargaining look like in the gig economy and other forms of precarious work? For their mental well-being, start families, or imagine retirement? How do we organize workers whose workplace may be an app, a laptop, or a platform? How do we protect the right to disconnect in a world where work increasingly follows us home? These are trade union issues too. Payne understood the workers of his moment. Our responsibility is to understand the workers of ours. The task before the trade union movement then is not simply to ask young people to join what already exists. It is to build a movement in which they can recognize their lives, their anxieties, ambitions, and future. So today I speak to the young trade unionist, the young worker, the young organizer, the young student, the young of your vision. Be wild, but be prepared. Be wild, but be organized. Be wild, but be rooted. Be wild, but be accountable to the people. Be wild enough to ask why wages cannot meet prices. Be wild enough to ask who benefits when workers are divided. Be wild enough to demand modern, humane, accessible public services. Public courage in the climate crisis. Workers' co-governance of digital systems shaping their lives, and care recognized as a human right. Be wild enough to defend democracy not only at election time, but at work, in the union hall, in the community meeting, in the algorithm, in the budget, in the policy, in the everyday places where power hides. And to the elders I say, do not fear the wildness of youth. Guide it, mentor it, challenge it. but do not bury it under respectability until it cannot breathe. And let us remember, our republic cannot stand apart from its Caribbean family. In a world of great powers and widening uncertainty, multilateralism is not a distant idea. It is how small states make their voices count. Diplomacy is not weakness. It is the disciplined work of building peace, defending our interests, and finding strength in the collective. The promise of our regional movement, our CARICOM, is that we need not face the future alone. Our prosperity means little if it is not joined to the well-being of our sisters and brothers across this region. We must be willing to lend a hand, to share burdens, to work in practical solidarity, and to act with a deep and unshakable humanity. That is how we make the common vision of a Caribbean people standing upright together. The same fire that looked frightening in 1937 helped light the road to the Barbados we live in today. As a republic, we must decide, what will we do with the fire placed in our hands? Will we use it to warm ourselves with memory, or will we carry it forward? Let us be the children of 1937, not by repeating the past, but by continuing its unfinished work. Let us be wild in the right ways. And if one day the record says that this generation was wild with enthusiasm, let it also say that we turned that enthusiasm into organization, organization into power, and power into a republic where every worker, every child, every elder, every caregiver, every migrant, and every community could stand upright in dignity. Amdala, in solidarity, I thank you.
Her name is Randicia Kelman. Randicia Kelman chairs the Youth League of the National Union of Public Workers. She was also a recipient of an award of the last year's Frank Collymore Literary Endowment Competition. And so she spoke to us at the folk concert at the Golden Square Freedom Park, all on the day of national significance indeed. And as she started, she ended. Now, Marveline Springer is marking her birthday today. Marveline Springer, good morning to you. I know you watch Mornin Barbados right through to the end every single day, and so we kept it surprised at the end. So to Marveline Springer, we say good morning and happy birthday to you indeed. Thank you so much for watching Mornin Barbados. She's from the best parish on the island, St. Lucie. So have a good day today, Marveline. Rhonda Hines-Graham also reminds you to celebrate wholesomely. Couple of reminders as we go indeed. I want to start with looking again at Colombia, folks. Colombia, we cannot lose sight of what's happened in Colombia. That earthquake that happened there a couple of days ago, it registered 7.4 on the Richter scale. It was massive. Felt in Panama, felt in Venezuela, as far out as all of that indeed. It has caused devastation in some cities there in Colombia. Not all of the country is destroyed, but parts of it indeed. And the airport is now open yet again, but the buildings are crumbling. There are some in some areas that are crumbling. There are over 200 people who are pronounced dead, and there are thousands still missing. One little baby kept some noise and was found beneath the rubble, and so that baby was saved indeed. So we're continuing to monitor what's going on there, and you should as well. After all, we do business with Colombia. You drink some of their coffee, so now you understand. Actually, the region Medellin, where coffee is grown significantly, that too was impacted by that earthquake indeed. So it might very well affect your coffee supply. I don't know. I'm not going to pronounce on that one, but certainly for sure, we remember the folks in Colombia, and I want you to remember as well. Tomorrow, Q in the community, we're headed to the Amber Room. The Amber Room is at Dratsall, St. George. That's where we're going to for tomorrow's edition of Q in the community, which starts at 11. The broadcast on radio will start at 12 noon. The bus will leave from gate number 1 of the Granville Williams terminal to take you to the Amber Room, Dratsall, St. George. So now you know, plan accordingly. That is going to be important indeed. Want to remind you also of the Marcus Garvey activities as part of the season of emancipation. Monday coming, there's an opportunity for the fireside chat at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center, where if you look at your screen, 6:30 it starts, where American award-winning actress, author, and activist Jennifer Lewis will address, along with the son of Marcus Garvey. They'll be there. Then on Tuesday, there's an opportunity to sit with her, with the young people and the young creatives of Barbados, with her at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium. Tomorrow, Thursday, the 13th March, the 100th anniversary of the birth of Fidel Castro. And so there is a commemoration of that fact, Fidel Castro's 100th birthday commemoration, tomorrow, Thursday at 6:30. In the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre Youth Solidarity, which will be celebrated tomorrow, Thursday, in the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre, beginning at 6:30, and you're invited. And that's it for today, everybody. We want to thank you for joining us. My little crew joins me in saying to all of you, have a wonderful Wednesday. Be the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you.